with all the latest big talking points, news and discussion from the football world. This is Football Central. Hello everybody and welcome to another Football Central where today's match was Manchester United v West Bromwich Albion at Old Trafford. I have to say it wasn't a great game. United weren't that convincing, but a win's a win. And if you did see the pre-match, it ended up We did do one, but it didn't end up going up much. But we did do a pre-match one. So if you're wondering why we're just doing a post-match one, but not a pre-match one, then yep. But yeah, not a great performance for United. But sometimes a win. Well, in fact, a win is more important than a performance, really, because football is a numbers game. It's about the points on the board, and that's this one. And I'm joined tonight by Sam Taylor.
Good evening, TubeMix. Hope you're okay. I didn't see the game, admittedly. Because I had stuff to do, but yeah, sounds like I didn't miss much.
Not really, mate, no.
Another penalty. United do get a lot of penalties, don't we?
Yes, and it was quite funny because West Brom were denied a penalty via VAR, and then United were given a penalty, and then to add even more drama, Sam Johnston, who was absolutely fantastic for West Brom, former United old boy himself, he was off the line, so the penalty had to be taken again.
Why did he save the first attempt?
He did, but he wasn't on the line, as I'm sure you remember earlier on this season. There was a time De Gea when he wasn't on the line, and they had to take the penalty again.
Yes, I do absolutely remember that. Yeah, they have to have at least 1 foot on the line at the moment, from now on, which is fair enough because you do see keepers encroaching, and a penalty is meant to give the advantage to the scorer. So, whilst it's human nature, I think it's one of the rules I do actually agree with. For once.
And Paul Pogba, it turns out, was out with a training injury, so Ole said he'd had an injury in training, so that's why Pogba wasn't involved, because we were wondering when we were doing the pre-match show, weren't we, where Pogba was, but no, he's injured, no Pogba involved, but to be honest, I'm not really sure. He doesn't do much anyway most of the time when he's on the pitch. So, okay, and with that, we'll talk about more of the match later on. But for now, one of the big things is the player ratings. So, it's time for the player ratings.
I'm just getting them up, Will, because I was having a problem with my internet. So, if you want to talk a bit more about the game, while I try and get them up.
Well, for me, Sam Johnston. Was absolutely outstanding. He made some absolutely multiple brilliant saves for West Brom, and he, for me, was West Brom's best player. West Brom, well, I don't know. It's kind of tough because I wouldn't say they were really threatening as such, but well, yeah, I'm just not really sure. It's quite hard. But United weren't that great, but West Brom weren't that threatening either, really. Although, yeah, but like I said, Sam Johnston absolutely made some quality saves, and he, for me, should have been man of the match. I mean, I can't remember who was man of the match. I mean, I don't even remember the commentators mentioning it, which was very weird. And apparently some people, and my dad was thinking that the game was blurry on BT Sport 1 HD. But I didn't think so at all. But obviously you didn't watch the game, Sam, so you can't comment on that.
Did other people think it was blurry?
Apparently, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure. For me, it looked absolutely fine. But nope. Obviously, other people didn't think that was right. And there's some. It wasn't a great game, but there was a few moments, particularly VAR. I mean, for example, West Brom had a penalty, and then VAR overturned it, and it wasn't a penalty. United then got a penalty via VAR, and well, it was just. But apart from that, really. Oh, and the goalkeeper, Sam Johnston, again. I've mentioned a lot about him, but actually, he was the one who did probably the most out of the West Brom players. So he had his foot off the line. And they had to take the penalty again. He had saved Fernandez's initial penalty, but yeah. But apart from those, there wasn't really much really to. Yeah, it wasn't a particularly great match, to be honest. But
what did Ole say about the game?
I'm not sure, mate, because what I did as soon as after the match, what I was thinking that it turned out when the match ended that if you guys were all available, we could have actually managed to do it maybe a little bit earlier. So, and I was just.
Oh well.
What's that?
I said, oh well, I'm sorry about that, buddy, but
No, that's all right, son. But no, I can catch match of the day tomorrow. So, have you got?
Are you ready for the player ratings, buddy?
Absolutely, and without further ado, the player ratings courtesy of Sam Taylor.
Yes, I'm sorry, they were slightly delayed. I was having a few internet problems, but here are your player ratings from the Manchester Evening News for Manchester United. And I will ask, is still there, Will?
Yes.
I will ask for Will, because I think it's only fair on this show to do the West Brom one. So if you want
absolutely.
to find
I'm on Birmingham Live, so.
Right, okay, so if I do the Man United ones, then you can do the West Brom ones.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I think we should do that more, because we focus on the United player ratings, but we should be fair, because, we are reviewing both the game as a whole. So.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Anyway, I'll start off with the home team, which was Manchester United, and number one, David De Gea. So got the fewest of touches. Got the finest of touches to tip Colin Grant's deflected effort. White made one of his classic toe saves from Connor Townsend seconds before United won a penalty, an 8. What do you think about that rating? Because you watched the game.
Well, not much of them. An 8? No, I don't agree with that, really.
Did he? He didn't concede, did he? So.
No. Anyway,
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, non-existent in attack. He does, in my opinion, need to improve his attack crosses and stuff. Even though he is a fullback, but non-existent in attack too often. Again, despite he had a cut, but despite the cautious approach from West Brom, just does not do enough going forward. 5. Victor Lindelof did not appear to be hampered by his back problem and helped United to a clean sheet, a 6. Harry Maguire, oh no, gone past Harry Maguire in. Right, Harry Maguire, the only one who acted like a proper United player from start to finish. That's a bit hard. Had started the breakaway finish for Anthony Martial for when Anthony Martial should have finished. 6 for Harry Maguire. One second.
Okay.
Alex Telles took some time to adjust to the demands, and there were some loose moments, and his speculative shooting was awry. 6 for Alex Telles. Nemanja Matic suffered the let me have a look. Oh, he suffered the embarrassment of a nutmeg, but did a little wrong. Did he get nutmeg, Will?
Yes.
Matic. Yeah, that's embarrassing for a professional. But it does happen. The trouble was United did not need to excuse me. The trouble was United did not need 2 defensive midfielders against 18th place side West Brom. A 5 for Nemanja Matic. Excuse me, Fred. Tidy enough with the ball and tried to get United on the attack, but rarely played a memorable pass. A 6 for Fred. One matter. Too passive too often in the first half, but his cross was handled and earned United a penalty. Made way for Cavani on the hour, a 5. Bruno Fernandes set up Martial for an easy chance, but became so frustrated he withdrew it into a deeper role. Luckily, not to have the penalty conceded, and was lucky enough to have it retaken after his initial spot kick was saved. The 6. Marcus Rashford, rusty after coming back from injury, and wasted a great opportunity to all but kill the game in the second half. And 4, wow, I don't think I've ever seen Rashford get such a low mark. Anthony Martial had an early header save before he squandered a gilt-edged chance soon after. Was going through the emotions at the time. The 6. Quite harsh considering we won. Subs. Edison Cavani fluffed a good chance for Donny van de Beek. Came on for the final 10 minutes. 5. Scott McTominay replaced Fred. Scott McTominay replaced Fred to protect the lead at 5. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got past West Brom, but should not have started Matic with Fred, and should have made a change at half time. Cavani for Mata was an adventurous move. 6 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that concludes the player ratings for Man United. Sorry about the loss of my voice when I coughed during the player ratings. But that is the player ratings for Manchester United. I will pass you over to TubeMix, who will do the player ratings for West Brom.
Thank you very much, Sam Taylor. As ever, you're the master, I think, of the player ratings.
No, I prefer it when you do it. I think you're the best at them, so I'll sit back and watch the master at work.
Oh, mind you, JLIWheels is also brilliant at the player ratings as well.
Yeah, you have the voice for it, though.
Some of them are so long, though, the text, sometimes it's quite exhausting. Anyway, so here's the West Brom player ratings, courtesy of Birmingham Live. So, former United old boy, Sam Johnston a 9. I would agree with that. Back at the place that moulded his fledgling career. Here he stood toe-to-toe with counterpart De Gea. A smart save within 2 minutes settled him down, but an even better one occurred when he denied Martial from close range. Kept the first penalty out, but was penalised for stepping off his line. Amazing reflexes to deny Rashford, utterly robbed of a result, the clear man of the match. Yeah, I just can't remember who was the man of the match. Usually, it just no.
Don't you think if it says the clear man of the match, that he must have been man of the match?
Well, he must have been. Like I said, I usually remember, the commentators asking them, but I don't even remember that for some reason. It's oh well, I'm sure I can find out later. Furlong at 7, a positive outlet down the right hand side, but was often penned back with Rashford and the overlapping Tellers requiring close attention. Perhaps a little unfortunate for his part in the Man United penalty, Superb late challenge to deny Martial. AJAY. AJAYI. I'm not sure.
Ajayi.
Ajayi, right. Thank you very much for that, Sam. 7. Without the youthful exuberance of O'Shea, Ajayi. Is it Ajayi?
What are you reading now?
Is it Ajayi? AJAY. AJAYI.
Ajayi.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Pace and energy in the back line was as crucial as ever against the lively Martial and Rashford. He stood up to the red shirts though, and they got very little change out of a player who seems to really be getting grips with football at this level. Ivanovic, a 7. The towering Serb missed the Tottenham defeat with the virus, but here he came back straight back into the fold. He was calming influence largely, stepping out on occasion to half United's progress in his tracks. More than a match for Martial in the air. Bartley, a 7, took one flush in the face from point blank range when Maguire struck one in goal. Oh yeah, it looked painful. He really was given a whack, but he got back up straight away. Yeah, it was pretty amazing that, but
He blocked a shot, did he, and got a whack in the face?
yeah.
With the ball.
If you look it up, mate, he got a real whack. Like, it could have knocked him out, but no, he.
Well, at least from his point of view, he stopped the shot, the goal.
Well, exactly, and I think Glenn Hoddle had a good point here. He said he was very, like an old school player, like players in the 70s and 80s. Now, I don't know much about football, but you never see them rolling around once they got a whack on the ball. They wouldn't make a big drama out of it. They would just get up off their feet.
I like Barkley. He's a proper honest defender, so good on him for getting.
Well, too many players, don't they? You see them rolling on the floor, and it's quite mad, and diving and stuff, especially. That needs to be stamped out, doesn't it? Of football.
Absolutely.
There's no room for diving. Anyway,
when you look at rugby and how footballers go down, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably an Italian thing, I reckon. But anyway.
Okay.
Well, that's why my dad can't stand Italian football, because of the diving.
There's nothing wrong with Italian football. Italian football's great. There's some great players that play in Italy.
Oh, well. Oh, yes, there's some good players, but my dad thinks that, well, when he's seen it, there's been lots of... They dive a lot.
There isn't every top, but especially the top leagues.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, Juve, AC Milan, Inter Milan.
But that doesn't mean it's not a good league. It's there is in all the top leagues, so
Well, yeah, that's just my dad's view anyway. Right, so yes, almost channeled his inner. What's Rome? Who's Roman Bednar? Bednar? Got no idea who that is. Roman Bednar.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, to head Albion in front of a corner, but it landed on the roof of the net. Didn't do an awful lot wrong generally. He won a number of aerial balls, as he so often does, which of course as a defender you have to be good in the air. That's a key thing to be, be able to beat in one-to-one headers in the air. Right, Connor Townsend in the first of two Connors because there's another Connor coming next, but Connor Townsend an 8. Week on week he's growing into life in the Premier League. His footwork and quick thinking under pressure is an underrated asset. and he was not at all afraid to carry the ball deep into United territory. Once or twice United did get balls into the box from his side. And another Connor, as I said, Conor Gallagher, an 8. We're only 8 games into the new season, but we already know what we're getting with Gallagher, who is energetic and committed as if he was a boyhood Albion fan, let alone a loney. He burst through the United lines in the first half and combined well with namesake Townsend. Desperately unlucky after seeing his penalty overturned. Sawyers. Another opportunity for Sawyers to remind Bilic what he can bring to the table in an Albion shirt, and he sat the deepest of the midfielders as you might expect. Sawyers offered an encouraging showing in the first half and broke up plenty of United attacks. His passing wasn't up to his usual high standard though, and a number of passes went astray. Diagana, a 6, restored to the starting lineup but struggled to impact proceedings in United's defensive third. There was some nice interchange with Townsend and Gallagher on the left-hand side as Albion probed without joy, and he did have the one shot blocked when he tried his looks. Subbed. Pereira, 6, returned after missing the Spurs game like Ivanovic with a bout of COVID. Some wonderful touches that we all know he is capable of, but rarely did we get to see him impact the final third in the first period. Nutmegged Matic and sent Grant racing for Albion's half chance that was deflected beyond De Gea's far post. Grant, 6, fed off scraps for the vast majority of the first period, almost found the net from an extremely narrow angle, but generally his presence was snuffed out by Maguire and Lindelof. Might he have been awarded a free kick when Maguire pulled him back in the build-up to Gallagher's penalty? As in a question, whoops. He laid that on a plate to his teammate. How Robson Carney for Diagana?
I guess he was quite isolated, Colin Grant, though. If West Brom sat quite deep.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're up front on your own.
Yes, and you've not got much support. Yeah, exactly. You need to have the support with you to, you can't just do it all by yourself, really. Anyway, subs. Hal Robson Carney for Diagana in the 62nd minute, a 6. Callum Robinson for Carlin Grant in the 62nd minute, 6. Cracked De Gea's crossbar with a curling effort that had the Spaniard beaten. Is Callum Robinson a Spaniard? I thought he was English. Oh, right.
No, he's saying it crashed De Gea's crossbar.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Sorry. Oh.
And De Gea's a Spaniard.
Yes, sorry. Just me not thinking straight. I can never pronounce his name. Is it Krovinic? Krovinovic. Thank you, Sam, for Ivanovic. Another itch. Croatian, I think. 79. Subs not used. Button, O'Shea, Harper, and Matt Phillips. Oh God, it has the United player ratings. Well, I'm not gonna. Oh, hang on. No. Well, I've already read them up. Yep. And that concludes the not Sheffield United. God, West Brom player ratings. There's no manager player rating, and that concludes that.
Very good, thank you.
No, that's fine. So yeah, you really didn't miss that much, particularly Sam. I don't blame you for not watching it. It's saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has praised the officials, saying they got it right. And he said, yeah, Sam Johnston had a fantastic game. I mean, and then Ole just said he had him before he went back to Norway. Because Ole was the academy manager, pretty sure. Yeah,
Was when Pogba was there and was an academy player.
yeah. Oh God, yeah. I think he would have. Think he would have had Pogba briefly. Yeah, I don't know when he headed back to Norway. I'm gonna have to look that up. This is a great thing they said. We have a tradition of making it hard for ourselves. He said. When I was a player here, Sir Alex Ferguson used to say that's why I'm gonna have heart trouble, but he's still healthy, so that's fine. That's a great comment, because United making it hard for themselves. Sir Alex saying that's why I'm gonna have heart trouble. He definitely had some good humour, Sir Alex. A great man. Yeah, and
Yes, he
delighted.
is a great man.
Yep, and he also said delighted with a clean sheet, but we could have made it more comfortable. International breaks, they never help. All our prep was this morning, so it's not easy when you only have 20 minutes or half an hour to prepare for a game. What an excuse! They would have been back on the training field a couple of days.
I do see his point though. Like a lot of the players would have come back with slight injuries because they're playing 3 games in.
And that is true. Particularly, that's why McTominay didn't start, because he'd been to loads of places with Scotland. And
I'm sure quite a few players that did start probably weren't fully fit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
We'll add a few light injuries.
Yeah, that's and do you think? I mean, what's your view on this, Sam? There's potential they're going to, bring back the 5 subs rule. What do you think about that?
I was against it, but I think for this congested season, as it started late and it is so congested, whilst it gives the bigger teams an advantage, I'm probably for it because I think there are lots of injuries about. So for this congested season in this only, I think it's probably right. How about you?
Yeah, well, I really think, why did they say no? Because they knew it was going to be a congested season. They knew lots of players were going to get injured. It baffles me, really. But, well, I can also see your point about the other teams getting an advantage. But, come on, we should have thought we should have thought about, there's loads of games, more games than usual, because obviously, the way the virus obviously postponed everything.
You're an advocate for the 5 sub rule then.
Well, yes, I just think it's a no-brainer, particularly in these circumstances, while we have loads of games, and hopefully next season, we'll have hopefully should be back to some kind of normal. I would love that, especially to see fans in the stadium again, real fans. It would just be absolutely fantastic. And football's nothing without fans. So yeah, obviously next season, if we are back to some kind of normal, then revert to the usual subs rule. But for now, and well, however long it takes, if it's like this, we need the 5 subs, I think, because you're going to have players suffering from injury a lot, and they can't cope. They just cannot cope.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue you get tennis players that play, every day sometimes.
Yeah, but tennis, they don't run around as such. I mean, they do. They only move to the side pretty much.
No, they run around far more than footballers do. Believe me.
Yeah, but they sort of they sort of move to the side as if they were dancing, sort of.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is, on average, they move a lot more than footballers move.
Oh, that is true.
Or it's in, sometimes it can be in doubles. So the point is, why can't top sportsmen play every 3 or 4? Top footballers play every 3 or 4 days. They've got the best fitness. When
Yeah.
a tennis player can play up to 5 hours
Oh gosh, yeah, because
every day for a week or 2 weeks. So why can't footballers who don't even touch the ball for the whole 90 minutes, because there's 22 players in the field, why can't they why can't they play every 3 or 4 days when they're only playing 90 minutes? All right, occasionally they have extra time, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I mean, Glenn Hoddle was saying that, because of the pace in the game that we have in this country, maybe that's why, other countries seem to deal with fitness better. But because the pace of our game, players just can't cope.
Hardwall, that is.
Oh, right. Well, Hoddle's a bit of a prat anyway, he was.
What's wrong with Glenn? I quite like Glenn.
Well, remember what got him sacked about what he said when he was sacked as England boss.
I can't remember what he said.
Oh, well, it's something to do with disabled people. I don't know the full story, but that's what got him sacked from the England job, so.
Yeah, he's got some good idea. He's got some good ideas about football. I'll give him that.
Oh, he has. He's good as a pundit and commentator. Yeah, I do like him, and yeah. Ollie's final pointer said 3 points, home win, so we can stop talking about. But if we want to move up the table, we have to play better. And yeah, I definitely agree with him. United, they need to start performing. They need to start earning these wins, really. Because on another day, another team who could be more clinical could punish United one of these days, because they're just not performing very well. I mean, it'd be interesting to see Bruno Fernandes's stats. I mean, while he hasn't exactly kicked on the same as last season, he's still scored quite a few penalties, and half of Match of the Day's Twitter account has said half of Bruno Fernandes's Premier League goals for Manchester United have been penalties. So I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, he does bring more than that, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking here on Google. Right, so Bruno Fernandes's stats for the Premier League for United this season is 8 matches, 6 goals, 3 assists. I mean, okay, it's not. That's slightly lower than last season, but that's still a pretty good start. I mean, plus he had 1 goal in the Champions League, so that's seven goals still, and 7 assists. So he's not had a bad season. In fact, he would probably be one of United's best players still this season. So I still think he's not going to be a one-season player, I don't think.
No, he's too good for that.
Yeah, but obviously your JLIWheels hasn't thought Bruno Fernandes, so it'd be interesting to what his thoughts would be, actually. Because on Fernandes this season, because I'm not sure if he's seen.
He's not been at his best, but it shows he's still influential when he's, even if it's penalties, he's still having an impact, isn't he?
Yes, absolutely. Right, are you ready to wrap up there?
I am when you are, buddy. But yeah, I mean, we've had 2 wins on the bounce, an unconvincing win against Everton, and
An even more unconvincing win.
but 6 points out of 6.
Yeah,
I
it's not.
still think Ollie's job's on the edge, but with the performances.
But then it's weird, isn't it? Because you think he's struggling, and then somehow they manage to rescue themselves.
Where are we in the table now? I know there's still some some teams that have to play.
Oh, right. So United are 9th.
Yeah.
They're 9th at the moment. So if they win, if they start to pick up more points, they could easily move to something like 5th or something. I mean, yeah. Well, it's a weird season. I mean, it's just really weird, in fact. I mean, at the top of the table, it keeps switching round. I don't think there's going to be one clear-cut Premier League winner. Yeah, it's really interesting. And just before we go, Sam, I saw someone, the live text on the BBC Sport website for the Tottenham and City game, and they were saying Guardiola needs to go at City even though he's signed a new contract.
Who said that?
Oh, quite 2 people on the live text when they're saying Guardiola hasn't done anything.
What City fans were they?
Well, yeah, I guess so. And saying Guardiola hadn't done anything.
They weren't famous people, were they?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, they said Guardiola hadn't done anything.
Can anybody text on that?
Well, yes, I presume so, but you don't usually get celebrity texts anyway. So they said Guardiola hasn't done anything that any other City manager prior to him has done. So they should get rid of him. And Guardiola signing a new 2-year contract, and then for City to lose to Spurs. So he should go.
Nah, mad. I get that he's not done anything different in terms of what he's won, but it's the amount he's won and the way they've played since he's come in. I think they're absolutely ludicrous.
Well, yeah, and let's be honest, Pep is a much better manager, isn't he, than Mancini and Pellegrini put together.
Pep Guardiola is better than... Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's one of the best in the world. And another big game just before we go, Barcelona. They were beaten by Atletico Madrid. Who?
Today?
Yeah, they lost Gerard Piqué to injury, and Yannick Carrasco, who's still there. Oh no, actually, I think.
Is he at Atletico Madrid again now?
Oh yes, he is, because he went to China and then, but maybe it was the virus that kicked him out.
And then has he come back?
Yeah, he's come back. Yeah.
Atletico.
Yeah. Oh, probably. Oh, sorry. That virus joke probably went too far. Maybe.
It's alright. So Carrasco scored, did he?
He did. Yeah, he scored the only goal. But Atletico Madrid is second now on the La Liga table, and Barcelona, well, they must have slipped to 10th.
They were 9th.
Let's look at the table. So Barcelona are 10th now. They've slid into 10th.
When did they play? When was that game played? What time?
Well, it hasn't got the time here, but it was today. Oh, hang on, maybe if I go to the live text. Oh no, it only has the number of minutes.
Oh, it's alright, because I know when I looked at 5 o'clock, they must have been late to kick off because they hadn't played. But
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what time it was. But anyway, yeah, and then obviously Real Madrid, we said it earlier, they drew with Villarreal, who were doing quite well there in third. And yeah, looks like it's a strange season of the league. And imagine if Real Sociedad win the title, that would be quite something.
it would.
Okay, well,
It would. They're quite a big team, Sociedad. They have won the league before,
yeah.
but not for a long time.
And Borussia Dortmund, they beat Hertha Berlin by 5-2. Haaland scored 1, 2, 3, 4. Haaland scored 4 goals and it was a 5-2 game.
Really? You got the other one?
Guerrero? Don't know how you pronounce his name. Erling Haaland. I wonder if he'll come to the Premier League. I'm sure he's a great player.
He should have played for England. He was born in England.
Yeah, exactly, because of course he was born in Leeds, wasn't he? Because of his father.
Exactly. He should have played for the country of his birth.
That's another thing I think we should revisit, actually, with... see if we can get that going on the live chat on one of these, actually, because that'd be a great one to revisit.
I believe you should have to play for the country you're born in.
Well, yeah, I can see what you mean, and
We might have feisty chat because I have strong beliefs about that, so that's a good one.
Yeah, and Celtic have actually started to improve, but Rangers are still top of the table. And it'd be really good for me to see Gerrard and Rangers win the title, Scottish Premiership.
What's the table looking like there?
I just said it was Rangers in first, Celtic in second.
No, I mean points wise.
Oh, hang on. So points were Rangers are on 38, Celtic are on 30. So actually they're actually behind on quite a few points.
They're 8 points behind them, and have they both played the same amount of games?
Let's see, goal difference 34. Oh, hang on. Rangers played 12. Celtic. No, hang on. Rangers played 14. Celtic played 13.
Oh, right. So they could reduce the gap to 5 points, but it's still quite a lot. That.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it'd be really good. I mean, it's just showing, isn't it? With the Rangers. Well, I know we can't really blame the pandemic for this, but football, we're going to have a lot of strange seasons, I think, around the world, especially the Liga and the Premier League, I think, and perhaps Scotland to a degree as well.
Well, it wouldn't be strange for Celtic to win the league, because they would have been for Rangers to win the league, because they were as big as Celtic before they went into administration in the early 2000s.
Didn't they got thrown out for cheating or something? My dad, told me.
I think they just went into administration.
Right, okay.
With Leeds, I think so. They actually, they were as big as Celtic. It used to be them two for the league, but then thinking about 2006, they.
Oh wow.
They had financial problems, and then obviously they went they went out the Scottish First League, didn't they, into the Scottish Championship, and I think they even went into the First Division.
Wow. I don't remember
But
that.
they're as big as Celtic.
Oh,
But it's just,
and do you know what was so funny? West Brom, actually, I joked that they disguised themselves as Norwich because they were wearing green and yellow.
oh yeah, but it's more of a stripy thing.
Yeah. I joked they disguised themselves as the Canaries. And talking of Norwich, I mean, they're doing well in the Championship as well.
Yeah, they just didn't defend well enough, did they, in the Premiership?
No, when Pookie, well, he seems to be scoring again, but it could be the same pattern, couldn't it? Pookie, you get drips and draps with him, as like lots of goals, and then he just starts to decline, basically.
Yeah, he dries up a bit, doesn't he, team?
Yeah, maybe you do get players like that, but obviously as a central striker, that's not particularly great, really.
No, that's not really well.
But anyway,
He played some good football there at Norwich.
oh, absolutely, and Daniel Farke, I really liked him. There's a lot of good young.
And then they didn't defend very well, did they, in the Premiership? They left themselves very open.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm just looking here. Sorry, the MLS. This was a bit crazy. So they were down to nine men. They were, and the keeper was sent off.
Who were?
In the MLS, Orlando City versus New York City.
And who went down to 9 men?
Orlando City. And they won.
And what was the score?
And they won 6-5 on penalties, but it was 1-1 before that with 9 men.
We won with 9 men?
Yeah. 6-5 on penalties.
You'd be gutted. That must have been in the cup.
Oh no, it says in the MLS it does. So.
Oh, maybe it's the playoff thing they have.
Yeah, it was the playoff, yeah.
Because they don't play in the winter, do they?
No, they play. No, they do play in the winter.
I thought they didn't. I thought that's why.
No. Oh no, hang on. Just trying to think, because Thierry Henry briefly came back to Arsenal once the MLS had finished for its season, I remember. Just trying to think.
So I don't think they play in the winter for about 6 weeks.
Oh no, they must play in the summer. Oh, do you know, I don't have a clue. Anyway.
They have about a 6 week break, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I can look it up. Anyway, right, well, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Sam Taylor for your company.
I don't know what happened to JLIWheels. Do we know what happened to him?
I'm not sure. I think maybe just maybe he was just tired. Oh, sorry, and we've missed some of the live chat. Dunkno said United are one of the luckiest teams. Yes, I agree with that. Hello to you, Dunkno. And Ben Carney.
I don't know how you're doing, buddy. Hope you're all right. We are a bit lucky at the minute. We're not playing well, and I think we'll get found out.
Yeah.
We could be in trouble. So, hope you're all right. I know that Arsenal are playing Leeds tomorrow, so yeah, it'll be a tough one because both teams are inconsistent. But
both teams are sort of slid slightly, yeah.
Yeah, but Leeds are in the first season back, and a lot of the players haven't played at that level, whereas Arsenal are very up and down, aren't they?
Well, I don't think Arsenal are that inconsistent, really. They have slid slightly.
They play good football, but they just can't seem to get the results at the minute.
Well, yeah, and especially because they have Thomas Partey out. He'll be a big miss for them because he's already proved that he's fitted straight in. and what a player he will prove out to be, I'm sure, because he looks like he's been playing in the Premier League for years.
Who are we on about now?
Thomas Partey.
Yeah, I like him.
Ben Carney says, "Hi mate, hey mate, hi mate. Hello Ben, how are you mate? Good to see you on here. Sorry if we missed your comment and
don't put we into it. You're the one that can see the comments.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry if I missed your comment. There you go. Sorry, Sam.
I'm only joking.
Oh, and Dunkno says, "What do you think about Spurs' chances in the league?" I don't know.
Said that?
What's that? Sorry, Sam.
Who's put that? Dunkno.
Yeah, he said, "What do you think about Spurs' chances in the league?"
Well, as an Arsenal fan, Dunkno, and I guess you're hoping I say that they can't win the league, and I'm gonna say they won't win the league because I don't think they've got the best squad.
No.
I think they've got a great first 11, no doubt about it. But the squad's probably not deep enough. But who knows in this season?
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't have Kane and Son, and credit to Ndombele, he really struggled last season. But now
he's playing a bit further forward.
Yeah, he's shown to be a really good player. So it's really credit there.
I bet Duncan doesn't like seeing Tottenham up there.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, as Arsenal fans they call them Spuds, don't they? As a joke.
But don't know if you get my drift. Spurs can be very Spursy, so
yeah.
For your sake, let's hope that's not the case. I personally love Spurs, but I guess you probably want to give me a good hiding after saying that because you're an Arsenal fan. So it's like But what are you thinking about Leeds tomorrow? Big game for you guys to get back on track.
Yeah, big game, and hopefully that should be a game with quite a few goals in it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Dunkno would take a 1-0 win.
Eddie Nketiah, if he plays, he'll face his old club after being there on loan. He didn't play that much there last season, I think, but he'll be facing
he didn't get much of a game under Marcelo, did he?
Bielsa, no. But when I've seen him play for Arsenal, actually, Nketiah and Reece Nelson, I quite like them actually. I think they're good.
Yeah, no, they've got Arsenal. They've got some good players. Just a bit inconsistent.
I want to see Emil Smith Rowe get a chance again as well.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but.
And Joe Willock, he's another good young player as well. Right, well, I think that's it. Yep. I think we're going to go now.
Yeah, if you're ready, Will, and don't know whoever else fit. If you want to say something, feel free to leave comments, and we'll talk about the games in our review show, which will be of the games this weekend on Thursday, most likely.
Thursday or Friday, one of those two, yeah.
So yeah, if you've got we'll see what happens. And if you want to leave any comments before we do the review show, I'm sure will tell us a bit more when we know what days it is, and he'll put it on the channel. But if you want to, if you do want to, put something on there about your teams, depending on how results go tomorrow, or your teams from today when we do the review show, please put them in and we can talk about them when we go through your team. So
Yes, absolutely. Right, so thank you to Sam Taylor for your company. It's always great doing it with you, mate.
likewise, you did well there, Will. Recovered well.
Yes. Yeah, we rescued the show. Yep. Right, so if you want to, like, share, comment and subscribe to the TubeMix YouTube channel. And from all of us here, good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely, and stay safe.